Maui Invitational Final is set. Who would have thought at the start of this event it would be the Auburn Tigers? We thought it would be them potentially against the Memphis Tigers. The Memphis Tigers beat Michigan State and beat UConn. They get past Penny Hardaway, beats Dan Hurley and Tom Izzo. Jeff, you're shaking your head. PJ Haggerty and Tyrese Hunter and Penny Hardaway. What a statement made out in Lahaina.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is a guy that I didn't think would maybe make it even through the year with all the stuff that had been going on. Remember, he got rid of his entire staff before the season started. He's on the hot seat. The roster didn't look great. You know, Tyrese Hunter is a guy that really hasn't shot it well through the course of his career, but has been blistering from three last couple games here to help them knock off these two programs. That, again, listen, UConn, we'll get to in a minute. They're certainly not as good as they've been. Michigan State's roster is completely underwhelming, but give Penny Hardaway and Memphis a ton of credit. They've gotten off to a great start, and the AAC stinks. So if they can get through this non-conference slate, it could be easy sledding. Could be. Remember last year, I think they started like 14-3, and then it was a complete free fall, and they didn't end up making the tournament. 15-2. Sorry, I'm getting off.
Jeff, before we turn to the rest of the panel here, earlier tonight, a special cast member of Field of 68 had something to say. Let's go to the video.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, Jeff. I thought my phone had rung. I got these messages on my phone, and I just wanted to ask you. I've been in studio all day. I hadn't seen any of the games. How Memphis doing? I've missed the Maui Invitational. I've heard they might be doing okay. I just want to know your thoughts on Penny and his current situation at Memphis. Holla at your boy.
Oh man, RC, man, oh man, I love that guy. I love that guy.
I do too.
Just tell RC that we are only 6 games into the season. It is a long, long year, and I hope Memphis is relevant, because if Memphis is relevant, maybe John Martin will be relevant, because that hasn't happened in a while. But no, I listen, I'm happy for Penny. I'm happy for Memphis fans. They haven't had a lot to cheer about in a long time, and the question can be, can they sustain this? That's my big question.
Okay. All right, let's talk about basketball here, the rest of the Maui Invitational. Mike LaTulip, final score, Auburn 85, North Carolina 72. Mike, I loved watching this game. Obviously, we come on here as it's in the second half, but like just watching this game closely in the first half and having it up on the screen here as we're watching the second half, the pace of this game was just off the charts. But it feels like, Mike, when you're watching Auburn, they answer so many questions, because when you have the electricity that they possess in the backcourt, and they possess plenty of it, and then you combine that with an All-American who tonight, he was unbelievable. I mean, Janai Broome had 23 points, 19 rebounds, 5 assists. He probably could have 30, Mike, if he wanted
3
to.
3 blocks, too. Don't short him on his
3
blocks, Fana.
Auburn is 6-0, Mike. What is it about this team that has impressed you the most out of anything?
Yeah, I think at this point we know what we're going to get from Janai Broome. The question for Auburn over the years has been, how much do you trust the backcourt? And they've finally moved out of this crop of guards that, you know, was Katie Johnson and Wendell Green and Flanagan and all these guys that, you know, were high 20s to low 30s 3-point shooters that, you know, really made life difficult on some of these bigs. And then now you bring in guys. I mean, I know Jones has been, you know, there for multiple years at Auburn, but Miles Kelly coming over, he's finally free from the prison that is a Damon Stoudemire offense, and now you also have Pettiford as well, that, you know, is so combustible off the bench. I think back to 2019 when Auburn made that run to the Final Four, and Jared Harper and Bryce Brown, like, you trusted those guys. Like those were guys that you trusted. And I think it's a common theme in college basketball. And they have the All-American, but we've seen All-Americans in the past, bigs that are just at the mercy of the guards that are around them. So, they have guys now that I think they can trust. I get we're 6 games in, but I think early returns on this backcourt is, it's they're going to be a problem. Obviously, they're going to be a problem in the SEC, but it's why I said when you asked, hey, is Kansas the top team in the country? It's why I had Auburn with Gonzaga in that top tier. I think they've proven that to this point.
Yeah, I mean, they've beaten Iowa State. They've beaten North Carolina, both on a neutral. They beat Houston in Houston. Like, that's pretty impressive. Vermont's really good. They beat them by 51 points. And I will tell you this, Mike. If you had to ask me today and I had to give you an answer on who the national player of the year was right now, like, it's Janai Broome. I don't know if it's even a conversation. Like, he is so good. And it's not just, like when you think about a big guy, it's like, oh, all he could do is score in the post. No, he was 2 for 4 from 3 tonight, right? It's like, oh, you know what? He's a black hole. No, he can actually kind of pass when he gets down there too. Oh, well, you know what? He's a liability defensively. No, the way that Auburn runs their defense, like, he's really valuable just kind of being in front of the rim and being 7 foot and having that wingspan and just not letting anybody get anything within 8 feet of the basket. Like, he is an incredible basketball player. And the thing that's most impressive, like, a lot of times when you see these guys, especially big guys, go up from the mid-major level to the high major level, it's hard for them because they go from, like, being so much bigger than everyone to having guys the same size. And, like, now it relies on skill. But you know what? Like, Janai's got all of the skill there. Like, 23, 19, 5 assists, 3 blocks against North Carolina it's just ridiculous, man. He's the best player in college basketball right now.
Yeah, he is. And this Auburn team, on the other